Hello everybody, this is ZeronXepher, and today we're doing an unboxing of the Complete Selection Modification Gatack Zecter and the Hyper Zecter. I've been eagerly waiting for these items because I'm a big fan of Kabuto. Kabuto is one of my favorite riders, and my first complete collection of any rider particular series was Kabuto. So it has a really good place in my heart, and I really enjoy the series. And I'm hoping that they will make more. I heard they announced a CSM Dark Kabuto Zecter, but more information on that somewhat in the future. So we're going to do the unboxing of the Gatack Zecter first, and then we're going to do a Hyper Zecter. A little small comparison here and there. We're not going to go through all the crazy functions, even though we kind of already know what it already does, as compared to the DX version. Pretty much the same with maybe one or extra sound or so. This is to the exception because it has Hyper Gatack, and we'll go through that when we can. So let's get started. So I want to take out the handy dandy knife and go ahead and cut all of this. So this is the front of the box right here, and I love how they've been doing these boxes, have the rider faces, and when you open them up, you have the picture of them, the picture of the rider and his belt, which is going to be Gatack. So this is what it looks like inside. Really well packaged. They've been doing this for quite a bit of time, even for the CS versions, not to be mistaken with the CSM. So they also announced the CSM Fies gear and the Fies driver. I think they're going to have the box too. Very excited about that. So let's put this aside. All right, we have instructions. We're not going to need that because we're adults and we can figure that ourselves. Right, here's the belt portion itself. It looks just like the CSM Kabuto Zecter. It just has a different track. I like to call it the track because it's the base plate of the belt, and has the nice blue colors as Gatack has, and it's great. We got one of the clock up pads. One of them is not functional. Now we have a clock up pad right here. There's no on and off switch. You just have to pull the tab out. I recommend keeping these little white tabs, and when you're done with it, put it right back in, and so it won't make any sounds or lose batteries, because you're going to have to replace batteries sooner or later, but just to save some batteries, I recommend doing that. We also have the back piece right here, which has the Stag Beetle, which a Gatack is a Stag Beetle. And we have the Gatack Zecter itself right here. Finally got some batteries in this toy, and first thing when I pulled this out of the box, notice how heavy it is. They improved the horn, and I believe the gears that are in there as well, because it has a very cranked sound to it compared to the DX version. It's very top heavy where the horn is, because those are die-cast metal. Everything else is plastic, and that's pretty much it there. But the horns, very nice crank sound to it. They probably won't have a lot of issues compared to the DX version, as noted from my original review of the DX Gatack Zecter. So good improvement. Hope there's no issues there. So let's take a look at this next to the DX version. All right, right here's the DX version. Might be kind of hard to see from the distance. I will have some nice shots for you there. One thing to note that maybe my Gatack Zecter is kind of colored, but maybe from the light, I'm not too sure, but maybe that's just the way it originally was. I don't really remember how it looked like when I got it. Now, the first thing you can note is that the CSM version is brighter and also has a matte finish. All the CSM line has a very matte finish black as compared to the DX version, which is very gloss. Don't really like the gloss because it's a fingerprint magnet, and it also doesn't look as great as these ones. Also, the silver paint on here looks absolutely great, and the gold as well looks very gold. Also, I mentioned before that you don't hear a lot of crank sound out of this one, but there's also a lot of issues from my experience with the Gatack Zecter, the DX version. So I'm really digging this already, just because how awesome it is. Let's go ahead and turn this baby on. So it makes a standard sound there. Mistake. Let's go ahead and put it on. And let's go ahead and transform. And I believe, like the CSM Kabuto Zecter, is going to have an extra sound when you do the rider kick. So let's go ahead and do the rider kick. 1, 2, 3. So just had a little minor extended sound there, like the CSM Gatack Zecter. Now I mentioned before, one of these don't have a working clock up pad, it's just there for decoration. Pull the tab out and let's press the clock up. So they added the Gatack sound, but the clock up actual noise isn't very show accurate. I don't know what the whole deal with that was, but I wish they could have the actual clock up sound. But the Gatack sound is a nice addition. So I'm glad that they added a Gatack sound. If they put the Kabuto one in here and made a mistake, they will have to ship us another one, which I was hoping, because if they make mistakes, they're gonna ship us some. So let's go ahead and open the Hyper Zecter next. And we're gonna take out the handy dandy knife again. Let's go open this baby up. So very nice box. It has a picture of Hyper Kabuto and Hyper Gatack from the Hyper Battle video, which I heard wasn't canon, but I don't really care. It was a nice addition to have in it. So let's go ahead and open this up. So we got more instructions. It also has the coming soon CSM Fies. Even though I already have a CS Fies, but I'm still gonna get it because I love collecting these stuff. Hyper Zecter's right here. It comes with a clock up pad so you can put the Hyper Zecter in it, which I was hoping they would do originally for if they weren't going to make this and just keep it a DX exclusive kind of thing. It also comes with this piece right here. I'm not sure what that is. Right, one thing to know, I did look at the instructions really quickly. They come with English instructions because the Chinese and Hong Kong edition and stuff like that. So if you're unsure of these sounds, it does have English instructions with Chinese and with Japanese. So this little piece right here is actually used to stand up the Hyper Zecter since it's very top heavy. The horn is die-cast metal, everything else is just plastic and all this fun stuff. So if you want to display this on a table, you can use the little stand included to have it stand on the table, as compared to the DX version, which can already stand on its own. So looking at the DX version and the CSM version, you kind of notice that there's a size difference with the horn right here. The horns here are actually a lot bigger, and the coloration is a lot brighter. There's more silver, nice silver paint, in addition to the die-cast metal horn. And also, you can still do this here. My horn here for the DX version is very like that. And to compare the clock up pads, these what they look like, the DX ones right here and the CSM version. So you can put the DX holder and you can put it in the CSM. I don't recommend it. Kind of makes this weird sound. Kind of scratched it a little bit, but I don't recommend doing that. Just use the regular one. I don't know why you would want to use the DX version, but there you go. So what's cool is that they have a little button right here on top of the clock up pad. You press it down and you can release the Hyper Zecter from the clock up pad. So I had to put some batteries in the Hyper Zecter really quick, and we're going to go ahead and turn it on. So from what I read from the instructions, I had to figure this out because I was trying to play with it. I was thinking that they would have a special button on the side to switch it to Gatack mode, to Kabuto mode, but unfortunately there isn't. So how you do this is if you just pull the horn down, it'll just do the hyper cast off. And then you can do the hyper clock up. And you can press it again to stop it. Which actually cool is they actually kept the hyper sound. It actually sounds so accurate. Now to do Gatack, you have to hold it down for 3 seconds and it will say Hyper Stag Beetle. And the instruction says Stug. Hyper Stug Beetle. Stug. So let's do it. And that just remains the same. So that's pretty much it there. So my initial impressions, I really think the Hyper Zecter and the Gatack Zecter is a fantastic addition to anyone's rider collection, especially if you're fans of Kabuto or Gatack. The nice addition with the die-cast metal, the adult strap, the matte finish on the blacks is a fantastic and amazing touch to the CSM line. So that's pretty much it. We're going to make a demonstration. I'm not sure if we're going to make a review on these just yet. They're pretty much the same as the DX versions other than the CSM Hyper Zecter having additional sounds. So I may make a video on that, and I will make a demonstration on that. But as terms of reviews, I'm not too sure yet. And for showcase music videos, I'm not too sure. We'll figure out when we get there. So if you guys want to see more, please let me know in the comments below, or any suggestions or any things you guys want to see. We will try to make it possible. As always, if you want to help out, contribute to the show and its growth, you can also become a patron and get some exclusive rewards such as wallpapers, videos in advance, and all these wonderful, great rewards. So thank you very much for watching. This is ZeronXepher signing out. But we can't forget our best friend Kagami.